In this video, I'm going to talk about the map operator for RxJava and RxAndroid. So this is going to be a lecture on my course. If you go to my course website, my website where the course exists, you can click on Transformation Operators-Map. That's the lecture that I'm talking about here. So what is a map operator? What's it for? It's for transforming. It's a transformation operator. It's for transforming an object into another object or updating an object or something like that. And I think the best way to look at it or to demonstrate is with an example. So in the first example that I'm going to show you here is I'm going to map a task object to a string object. And if you've been following along with the course, you know that I've been using these task objects as demo objects throughout the course, so you should be familiar with those. So yeah, let's get into the example. So a map object takes a function as input. So I'm going to go into main activity, and I'm going to delete the code that was already here. I'm going to create a new function. So I'm just pasting that in. This function takes a task as input and outputs a string. So essentially we can use this function to map a task object to a string object. So now what I'm going to do is do observable. It's going to be a string observable equals observable dot from iterable. We're going to reference that data source class, so create tasks list, just like we've done many times before. I'm subscribing on a background thread. I'm going to observe on the Android main thread, and so there's our observable. Actually, I'm not even going to create an observable because then I got to write a bunch more lines of code. So now I'm just going to subscribe right to this subscribe to this observable. Pass a new observer, and so this is gonna look incorrect right now, basically, because this is how we would just use the iterable from iterable operator, creating a tasks list. But what I want to do is I want to convert a task, and then I want to emit string objects. So how do I do that? Well, I can use the map operator. So I can just write .map, and I can either do new function and pass a function there, or I can just use the one that I created. So extract description function, I called it. I'm just going to pass that to there. And obviously this needs to change now because I'm changing these to task or to string objects. So what that's going to do is it's going to extract the description from each task. It might be actually more clear if I write this in here. So new function, it's going to input a task object. It's going to output a string object. And then inside here, I just want to do task.getDescription. So it's going to iterate through all the tasks in our tasks list, and it's going to extract the description and then emit that description. So here, all we'll see is the description being printed out. So if I do plus string, and now if I run this and we look at the log, the only thing that I'm going to see is the description of these tasks. And then we have the log, and we have just the description being printed out. So I'm effectively mapping a list of task objects, and I'm mapping it to emit a field inside of those objects, which is a string. So that's one use that of the map operator. I actually used it in, I think it was the interval and the timer lecture also. So if you look here, I don't know if I had it in the lecture, but I know I did it in the demonstration on video. Yeah, so I didn't do it in the lecture, but in the video, if you go back and watch the video for this lecture, I converted a long value into a task object or something like that. So that's basically what you use it for. It's for converting objects from one type to another. Or in the other example that I have here on the lecture, I'm actually just updating tasks. So the function here is it takes a list of task objects, but then it updates all of the tasks to be complete, basically. So just another kind of example of how to use that. So now in the next video, I'm going to look at the buffer operator.